Kids.
Oh well, we're working on it. That's better than nothing. What's going on, everyone? It's Lee here, the rental guy from the rental shop. You know, the rental shop 5 or 6 seasons ago. We started from the garage, not here. We've worked our way up, and now we are in the shop that you see before us, the messy shop. Anyways, this video is going to go over some of the bouncers that we bought, because we got into bouncers and so forth, and then some software that we developed to, help us with these bouncers. It's winter, it's off season here in Canada. What are we doing during off season? We're working on stuff and we're getting ready for the new season. That's what we're getting into today. I'm fresh off vacation, just came back from Mexico, and we're heading to ARA next week to the ARA show. So if you're going there, maybe we'll see you there. We'll be walking the floor, me and my wife. Let's go up to the office. So let's look at one out this week. This week we made roughly 5,500, 6 grand. We have uprights up, base plates out, drape out, wine barrels, wine glasses, highball glasses, more drape, TVs, chafing dishes, Pac-Man machine, pinball machine, and Time Crisis Arcade. Oh, it's pretty slow. I mean, like 8 orders. But one thing is that I've noticed is arcades are still moving. I added a whole bunch of arcades recently, within the last 5 months, and I've been trying to get them moving because they go out okay, and I wanted them to go out better. So I did this thing that I think is working. Okay, so this is my arcade page on my website. One of them. I do multiple pages so that I can hit, different things in categories for SEO. But for my arcade rental pages, I noticed that it sucked. So I made it better, but then I threw on a deal because... Let's do this, for instance. I shop at 7-Eleven to get drinks in the morning, and they always get me, buy 2, get 1 free. And okay, I mean, I might as well, because the deal just makes sense, right? And then at the end of the day, you end up selling a lot more. Same premise for the arcades. Anyways, arcades weren't moving as much as I wanted, so I bought a whole bunch more, and then I did this deal. Rent 2, get 1 free. But I raised the price on them anyway. So before they were like $175, I raised the price to $225, and then I did a deal, rent 2, get 1 free, and it just seems more pleasing to the minds, and I'm seeming to rent more arcades now. So I'll show you my website that shows it. Okay, right here, arcade rentals, right? Whatever, flash sale, rent 2, get 1 free. So limited time only, but it seems I'm keeping it on there. How it works, choose 2 machines, check availability, add to cart, select your freebie, right? So I just made a bunch of free ones that they can choose, add it to their cart. Oh, I wanted the Pac-Man free, perfect. Free Pac-Man's in there. And then they can choose their other 2 out of all the options that we have. Now remember that, because we're gonna get back to that when we start talking about bounce houses. Anyways, we're preparing for the ARA show. Me and my wife were going down there, like I said, and in preparation, I started looking at the layout and seeing all the companies that were there, and I came across this and that, and then I saw Tent and Table. But before we get into Tent and Table, I want to tell you my story about bounce houses and how they integrate with my company, because I've had mixed feelings about them. 2-ish years ago, I decided that I was going to buy my first bounce house. I just ordered my first bouncer. So I have a tent company and or a party rental company, and primarily tents, and I decided to add a bouncer just to give it a try to see if I can dabble in the bounce house business as well. So right here's a 13 by 13 vinyl crayon bouncer from Jump Orange. I actually ordered it through Wayfair. I've heard from the groups online that Jump Orange is a good company, so I went and I bought the crayon bouncer. It was the cheapest one, it looked the most inviting, and so I got it. First of all, my kids loved it, they loved jumping on it, and it rented out. I was renting it out for $185 a pop, but us being a tent company, you don't run the same hours as a bounce house company. For us, a tent company, we try to do all of our installs between Monday and Friday, and the weekends reserved for customers who, pay extra for exact time arrivals and certain things like that, because we value our spare time. How do I make these videos on my spare time? Anyway, so having bounce houses is great because people come looking for bounce houses. They're an easy thing to rent because they want them, you rent them to them, great. I want to make this clear. I do not like going out offering free delivery to go set up a bounce house to collect it after a party so that they can be within the margin of 3-hour rental, 5-hour rental, stuff like that. It just doesn't work for me. So me as a tent company, I do all of my rentals for up to 4 days because we're quite pickup heavy, right? Customers, they come, usually pick up the Thursday or the Friday before and they rent to the Monday after. And this works great because I have instant online bookings on my system. So it kind of opens up, the booking timeline for people and makes things simple. So with bounce houses, it was important that I would have that 4-day timeline included in my pricing. So what I did is I jumped the price way up. I put them to like $400 or something like that, and no one was renting the bounce house anymore because it was just too expensive for a little 13 by 13 crayon bouncer. Not to mention, we come back dirty and I didn't have all the processes set in place to tell customers, hey, like clean this or you'll be charged. So I thought, you know what? Let's take a look at my competitors. Now, when I say my competitors, I don't say other bounce house businesses because bounce house businesses run on the weekend. Sometimes they run on free delivery, depending. They just have a different structure than tent companies. I mean, tent companies. And there's one in my area that is, I guess you could call my competitor. They're offering more like interactive stand-up bounce houses. So alien invasion, like basketball shoot, like ones that people don't jump on and can't really get injured on. For insurance purposes, I'm sure. P.S. I hate the word competitor, or I'm starting to hate the word competitor, because you shouldn't be the exact same as the business next to you. Diversify yourself. It'll only elevate you and let you dictate your own prices. Resume. I decided that maybe bounce houses weren't the thing. They were annoying, scared to get someone hurt. I was trying to make better liability forms, and I was offering customer pickups. Every time I say customer pickups on here, all of you on the videos are saying, well, they don't allow that for us, which is fair. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing anyways. So back I go to Wayfair here because it's the only way that I know how to buy bouncers in Canada. So I look, there's this awesome axe throw, and usually I show my wife something and she's like, yeah, that's an awesome idea, or no, don't get that, right? And it's seldom that she says, yeah, that's an awesome idea. So every time she does, I usually jump on that thing and buy it. So we got the axe throw. The axe throw, actually, it's quite great. I think it rented out 3 times since I got it. I think I got it in September. So September, October, within the 2 months that I had it before, off season comes and people aren't renting these things anymore. So it rented 2 or 3 times, which is good. And it kind of inspired me to get back into bounce houses. Anyway, so I'm going to the ARA show and I'm looking on this thing. I'm looking at the floor plan. I see Tent and Table has a few of them there. I've seen Tent and Table's videos. They've got decent stuff. And so I go to their website and lo and behold, they have some sales going on. By the way, this is not sponsored. This is just what I did. It just happens to be Tent and Table. So I lined up a bunch of bouncers. I thought about it. I thought, you know what? I already have this crayon bouncer. It's renting out. I've already got this axe throw and it's renting out to, a different brand of people. So I thought, you know what? I need to get more of these so that they actually have categories so I can populate my website. So I looked online, I found a safari bouncer, building blocks bouncer, so that I can round it out with 3 small bounce houses. Then I started thinking about the corporate customers. Okay, so the corporate customers, they are the ones who, want these things like the axe throw. So I saw like a Twister style game. I thought, hey, you know what, that's gonna be fun. That's a team building inflatable. And then there was a hoops one too. So I got that, I found a great deal and I ordered them. So they're coming soon to me. But the whole thing that inspired this was the arcades that I have and the way that the rent 2, get 1 free kind of worked, right? So I'm gonna imply the same thing on my website for the bouncers. Rent 2, get 1 free. Same with the interactive ones. Rent 2, get 1 free. So I get lots of orders that are mix and match. Lots of people add some yard games in, they'll add a bounce house in, they'll add some pop-up tents, they'll add some chairs to kind of make their event cohesive. So, in my mind, this can justify the higher pricing for the bouncers. First of all, I give it away for 4 days, so if they really wanted it through the weekend, then they can have it. But the corporate clients, they don't want it, they just want it for 1 day. They don't mind paying extra for the delivery, they want the options. But then for the other type of people in there, they're like, I want value. So they want to rent 2 of them and get 1 free. In their mind, it's all justified. For me, I'm moving more units. But every time I talk about this stuff, everyone's like, laws, getting sued, insurance, all big things. So, I talked to ChatGPT for my area and I said, hey, what do I need to know? What should I do? Do I need to get these things commercially inspected? How often? And, for my jurisdiction, it wasn't, the rules are a little bit more loose, especially for these small units. So I'm currently working through it to get, some airtight contracts and, waiver of liability and so forth. And, talking with my insurance company just to see exactly what I can do. One of the things that they said is inspection. Some of you may have to reach out and get your bouncers inspected by a third-party company or something to get these big gigs. But for me, with this small amount of bouncers, I'm really just looking to, cover my butt, cover my ass. And cover my ass I shall, and I'm gonna do it futuristic style. So every time that our staff gets the bounce house back, we need to go through it, we need to clean it, we need to log any damage, and we wanna have timestamps for this. So we wanna take pictures of it. I thought, you know what, how are we gonna do this? I guess I'll just print off some forms, they'll fill out the forms, I'll throw them in a file, and then I thought, no, I'm the bartending, photo boothing rental guy. And I create apps through ChatGPT because it's fun and the future is now. So I built a small little app with ChatGPT, and I implore you to try and build an app with ChatGPT. It will walk you through the steps to build something simple that you can use for your own internal use. So I'll post the link here just so you can check it out. It's in its infancy stages. I did it more so for this video, but my brain's really been going through this. I made a little app that will be accessible by my staff's phones. So I'm gonna print off a little QR code and I'm gonna put it on a lanyard or I'm gonna put it somewhere, and the staff, every time the bounce house comes back, they scan the QR code and then this app pops up here and it will basically go through the motions of logging any damage. It's just like a form basically. Okay, so here's the app here, select the bounce house. Let's just go, oh, it's the crayon bouncer. Okay, what's the staff name? Oh, it's Jen, my wife. Today's date, time, okay, next, excellent. There was no damage today. Oh, there was damage, let's go back. Okay, we'll report the damage. What's the damage? There is a rip on bottom. Now we'll go next. Zoom this out. We'll confirm and we'll send. So that'll go to the email, perfect. And we'll just send it off. So there it is. And look at that, no damage to report. Okay, so we created a simple app. I literally just told ChatGPT, hey, I need you to create me a simple app, walk me through the steps. This is what I wanted to do, and I just listened to what it told me how to make it, and then I took some suggestions for it on, how to design it, and blippity blue. 30 minutes later, I had a functioning app that worked for me. A little bit of trial and error, but more so the trial and error was from my last project, which was the seating layout planner, which for all of you who signed up for beta, I'm sending that off to you here right away. I've been trying to make it so perfect, and you know what? I just need to send it out to you. You need a version of it to work on right now. Let's just get that going. So you can expect that here very soon. Thank you so much for watching this vlog this week, and we'll see you on the next one, or maybe we'll see you at the ARA show next week. As always, you stay classy. Have a good day.